back in the days, um, nice. It used to be like this entire place here was, like it was a Sahara Sparks day, and like we were having, food and everything, and like sasa hivi tunakunywa kahawa lakini fresh, mimi na mimi nimeenjoy. Sawa. Now, my name is Grayson Julius. I'm a founding partner at IPF Softwares. And yeah, so I am, I'm going to take you a little bit back. But before that, we build enterprise applications, software engineering firm. About 40 engineers, we have about 40 engineers, and we'll be building for more than 30 countries in Africa. Our solutions are being deployed and shipped across the continent. And this is the time where I expect you guys to clap and do something like that. Acheni wivu. Nice. Awesome. Nice. So like I'll take you back because like today, the guy who told me to do a pitch deck told me like, guys, you guys will have to talk about impact. Like, what is this now? Back in 2022, 2023, when we started our company, IPF Softwares, it was at University of Dodoma, SAIV. And we were young engineers, passionate about engineering and building solutions. And we started in very early days, and I think we got our first job, while we were in our second year. We were tasked to build the so-called student record. Like for people who studied in UDSM, they know ARIS. At UDOM, they have student records. And we were part of that team during that second year. Before that, we were just building games and things like that. And that for us, it was the first point of seeing what we can use our skills to build impact for. Before then, tulikuwa ni engineer tu tunaandika kodi, unabaki kwenye computer, you build Java games, and that was it. But the moment that we were tasked to build the system, and we were told that this system is going to be used by the entire university, like, we can actually do something with what we're doing. And that is when we, like got initiatives like, we're going to start this. And we brought all our parents during graduation, said like, this is the point we're going to tell these guys, like, you know what? We are best in class, we know what we're doing, but kindly allow us to build a company. So that's when this was our graduation day, 2014, computer engineering and software engineering class, and we started building up products. Fast forward, this was us. You might have you seen this before you go. I have so many jokes for you to go out. All right. So this was us. This was us when we just finished school. And when you study from University of Dodoma, and ecosystem kabla hataja ecosystem hakuna hub, hakuna nini, hata startup hujui ni nini. So we came and Kibamba huko tukakaa, and we don't know, tukaambiwa there's a very cool place you can go. Now, if you wonder, I am not in the picture because selfie was not there. So I had to stand up and take a picture. So like I had to, like there was no selfie. That's the thing. So this was a servant quarter, my parents' house, and we had to set up a table and start building from here. All right? Then someone told us there's a very cool place at Costec. They offer free Wi-Fi and coffee. It's called Buni. You need to go there and meet these cool people and everybody. And when you're there, you meet Yumane and Brian, and they ask you, what is your business model canvas? And we're engineers. Like, what is business model canvas? We don't know. What is startup? We don't know what startup is. And we thought we were going to code our way out of this. And well, it was just like tunafanyaje. And by that time, you're being offering jobs and things like that. Well, we pitched. We had business model canvas. Thank you to the mentorship and the guys at Boone and Costec. And we even traveled. But we did not have, money. And things were becoming difficulty. And this time, we are talking about conferences and areas like these. These are platforms that you guys are, like if I'm talking to startups here who can relate to this, these are platforms that you can be able to leverage and build network and build up connections with people, meet people, and build up your company from here. Now, this picture was captured 2016. I remember Jumanne say, like, you guys are going to be very famous. Take a picture of me so that I can use it later. But later on, we ended up being the one asking for, like, bro, to take a picture. Now this was 2023. So, like, Rashid, where's Rashid? Rashid is, Yeah, this guy captured all these two moments. I think it's good, great time. So Rashid captured this 2016 and also captured 2013, 2023, and he's capturing moments now, Tena. And this shows great value of partnership. And the way we're looking at Sahara, and like it is a beautiful day. And as I'm reflecting toward this, it's like this has come so far. So many companies have been built through this platform. And deep from the bottom part of my heart, me and my team, we are grateful for what you guys are doing. There are times you say like, this is so much sacrifice, so much is being put on, and so much trust to trusting people who do not even have nothing. So like, we are going to do this. Well, so fast forward, we tried to build product, and it was a challenge. And we say like, there's a need to build a local company which can be able to build enterprise level solution in the country. And by that time, it is not as it is now. Ilikuwa kufanya website ya NGO, sio ya benki, ya NGO. It was going to India and other countries. It was that difficult to be trusted as a local company to get a task to be done in this country. Those who existed, they know what I'm saying. All right? Now, that was a demand then, but we are grateful where we are at today. A team of 40 people building solutions. We've grown from a team of 3 engineers. Now we are looking at 40 people, and we are building enterprise application across 30 countries and shipping products. For some of these partners here, some of them are listed. Well, grateful for, high NMB and fellows. And, like getting to a place of being trusted with banks and NGOs, and like someone had to trust you from the get-go. Now, business model done, pitch deck done, and Jacqueline and Flora saying like, Grayson, you need to talk about impact. It's like, we're talking about impact. What are you talking about impact? And I'm an engineer, and I had to fetch information. I had to call old friends like, guys, we're supposed to talk about impact, and what can we talk about impact in relationship to this event? And these are 3 areas that I could be able to, scope quickly and see how IPF software is. And I'll put this in conjunction with our partners, Sahara. They're sometimes partners, sometimes clients, tunaishi umomo, but mostly they are our allies in the ecosystem, and we love working with the guys. So from 3 areas that we're looking at as IPF softwares: social, economic, inclusion, empowerment. And I'll speak a bit about this. Up to date, IPF softwares, we have mentored, trained, and groomed more than 100 engineers. This passed through our hands as software engineers. And some of these are elite people working in huge corporates. NMB alone has about 5 of our ex-IPF alumni. And that's true. And we have people consulting for firms in US and UK, and we are so proud of that, because that is what it took for us to trust them, and then being trusted and being trained to get to that level. Business transformation efficiency, I'll talk about that. So from the get-go, when we started IPF Softwares, our mission was really to be able to not only build softwares and products, and I will talk in conjunction here with Sahara Sparks. I think this was, what year was this? Pesatech, I think it was 2023, 2022, I forgot. But we partnered with Sahara, and we say like, you might say, Grayson, we need to do something different this time. We have seen this accelerator, we have seen these programs and things like that. But this time, we need to do something different. So it was Pesatech Accelerator in partnership with UNCDF first cohort. For the first time, I believe, in this country, it was started technical audit and technical training for startup founders. Why? And the reason was because there are too many acceleration programs happened, and people did not get value out of it. Or people got accelerated and they only had pitch decks, no actual solutions. And it was in no time, that was proved very relevant, because during the first cohort of Pesatech, I think it was about 50 startups or 40, they were to be accelerated. And then we were brought in to do the technical audit, ending up with less than half of what were supposed to be accelerated. Why? Because there were no solutions per se. They are not tangible. So when you bring in an expert and someone to be able to do a technical audit, you'll be able to be able to see that. So this was one of the projects, and we are grateful to those startups that we total, like this is cohort 1 and cohort 2, I think in total. So cohort 1 we did with UNICEF and Sahara, and then I brought in another partner on the second cohort. But total 32 founders were accelerated and trained, and we audited the startups, and almost 60 engineers of those founders, of those startups were trained. And in the upcoming years, I think from last year and this year, we did Mastercard Foundation and Educate program, again partnered with Sahara, and we've been able to train and do an audit of up to 22 founders, and the impact is the same, the impact is huge. Different from removing this technical aspect of looking at things and doing it without it. And the startups who are here can attest to the program, the way it has been different compared to other programs. And right now it has become a thing. And it is happy to see that other people are doing the same thing that we and Sahara started a couple of years back, and we're so proud of what happened then. Now, when we come to solutions, there are some solutions that we build, and there are solutions that are coming close to very dear to you as a company, and you say like, these are really have been able to make impact. Now, recalling back 2018, this was one of largest projects received by CARE, and that is when we've been taught about impact. And the questions were like, how many females do you have in your team? Things like that. When you're working with NGOs like that, will ask you. So we worked with CARE from 2018, I think, building a VSLA platform, Vikoba platform. And the platform came in, it was only in Tanzania, but we were able to build a product from scratch, ground up, and ship the product across 6 countries, and more than 6 billion loans, Tanzanian shillings, processed through the platform, with 13.147 billion of savings done in the groups. The impact that this solution has done across countries like Ghana, Ivory Coast, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, it remains and puts that mark that we live on today on building a software, building a solution, not just by coding and having a joy that we build something, but what gives us joy is really building something that will be able to drive impact to community and drive that relevance to people. Now, I said about this early on, but this is probably my last slide, and we are talking about 10 years ago. Right now, companies that are here, like if you're doing a technology, you're doing startups. Someone asked a question here to NMB, how do we get to work with startups? We are working with NMB. We are working with the other banks as well. And it has never been a great moment. It has never been a great time to build a startup or a product than now. Back then, my friend, it was, you see these projects I'm mentioning, these are just few projects. We are building core bank assurance with NMB. We are building e-loan platform with EcoBank and ABSA. We are building compliance system with Exim, UBA, with EcoBank. We are building enterprise AI agent solutions with NMB, with EcoBank, with almost everyone. But you don't get this level of trust. You did not get close to smelling this 10 years ago. So things have changed. And if you're talking about impact, it is on getting to constantly deliver. I was one of the guys who would ask questions like, when we met NMB and say like, guys, mbona mtupi kazi zinaenda wapi, mnawapa mnawajua, unaelewa, mnawapa hao, mnafanya nini, umeelewa? And that was the complaint, I was trying not to be racist, So mnawapa watu wengine, mnafanya nini? And that will be a complaint. But the moment you get to change the perspective, the way you look at things, is someone from, I think it was Bosco, the guys from NMB, know. And I'll answer this question here on behalf of other guys, the corporate and the banks and the like of that, is as a startup founder, the way you need to look at things, you need to change your perspective, all right? You are looking at a bank, being it NMB, CRDB, ABSA, whatsoever. And the way you're looking at it, like these guys, they have 1,000, 1,million of clients. The way you look at it, like hawa jamaa wana network kubwa and they have the muscles to be able to, nikipartner nao watasaidia kupush. All right? What they are looking at is what value can you be able to add to their million customers. Unaleta value gani kwao wao, kwa wateja wao, not even them. Menelewa? So if you have a very compelling product, if you have a compelling solution, you need to think on how can you be able to add value to their clients. Then business is done. The rest, the foundation huku, sawa, tutanyooshana kwenye accelerator, we'll be able to sell one another, how to build enterprise product, how to build a team and things like that. But we are at a level right now, it's a very best time for startups and people in the ecosystem to be able to build hand in hand with corporates and build products. And if I'm going to say one last thing here as a wrap up, and thank you very much, is let's get to change a perspective. It's very few times I get to be on platforms like this, and I'll put it this way. There are people in the country which we have a mindset of competition, all right? Competition. As Tanzanians, we need to get out of that bubble, all right? You're building a software company, come see me. I'll give you the ABCs to get to work with NMB, all right? Because there is so much to be done. Even if we are thousands of us, we won't finish. We need to think on how can we be able to compete with firms in Ghana, Kenya, Namibia, Botswana. How can we be able to build solutions there? All right? Okay? So the people, akina Jumanne, akina Edwin from Smart Codes, akina Magila, and people on those days which started with, one conversation that we have is, we are doing this, let's push each other. Because competition in our country is very small thinking when you think on competing here. All right? Let's compete and take kazi zilizoko huko nje. Let's saturate the market here so that we can be able to ship outside. That was me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Grayson, for a wonderful, wonderful presentation.